Yeah, I would think so, given just the sheer number of Nesses around, as well as, yes, you mentioned the win on Gact is absolutely huge to showcase that sort of awareness. And Yoshi in general, I feel like might be really hard for Ness to consistently try and keep in the air and extend combos on. You end up just playing a lot of single hit Nancy throughout the remainder of this neutral. But Syrup has been known to defy odds before. Let's see if he can do it again.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, and you say that, too. Already starting out with 91% on Myles, going for the nice use of that egg to get away from that yo-yo there. Drag down into back throw is not going to do it just yet. Myles trying to look for that egg to get back on the stage. Nice using that air dodge there, too. This is where the scary stuff happens. When Ness gets thrown into that Yoshi combo, there's not much he can really do to get out of that.
Yeah, you're forced to just, both of these characters, honestly, like whenever they're in combos, you're forced to hold Nair and pray, but that interaction right there is such a big one when you're ever looking at the Yoshi matchup. Recognize the spacing on that double jump, know when it ends, and when Yoshi is double jumping, he cannot grab ledge.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Ness is such a great character for forcing Yoshi into a really bad stock. The one thing Yoshi's really struggled with is that recovery and like burning that egg, that jump, right? Ness's whole character is just, I'm going to force you to play weird at the ledge. And a lot of characters can deal with that, like characters like, like Ness himself, right?
You're right.
But characters like Yoshi, if you force Yoshi into that weird position in recovery, that just tears an entire hole in his game plan and just throws him for a loop. He can't really do much with getting back to the stage.
Yeah, as we get to see just that in full effect right now. Yoshi being forced in weird spacings, Myles trying to find like different angles to approach from, but Syrup always keeping things very narrow. Finally getting some ground on it, though. Myles looking for that finishing hit, but the ending reach of that grab, not a true confirm, but you got the grab and you got the stock. So, we take
True enough.
True
enough. It gets the job done. And Syrup already getting the damage up. Forward air into up air, 32%. Myles coming back down there with the upper, not going to do it just yet. Weak Nair, still not going to do it, though. Myles looking to close up the stock anyway, anyhow, but that's going to do it. You're not reaching it just yet. It's 2 stocks down against Syrup, but I mean, this is definitely doable considering if you just land in with a down air and find a Yoshi combo here, Myles definitely has the Yoshi tenacity to bring this back.
Yeah, Yoshi has a surprising amount of just like raw comeback factor, not by the nature of like some sort of secret mechanic, but just by the nature of, man, just does a lot of damage, and that forward air is a war crime. and one of the biggest problems with Ness, and one of the biggest things about Ness is, hey, if you force out the double jump early and you get the spacing right, any hit will close out of stock. Any one. And Yoshi's got a lot of good ones.
The thing about Yoshi to me is that he's one of the simplest characters in the game, but he's also one of the easiest to sleep on, right? Because Yoshi is really just like, me jump in, me do big damage with aerial, right? And you tend to think like, oh, I can try to just sit back and I'll take some of this damage, right? It's fine. But then Yoshi takes your stock with an up tilt, almost with an egg, and immediately comes down with the up air, and you're like, wait a minute, Yoshi's kind of just like floating around the screen like a JPEG. Right? I'm not really sure what to do about this.
Yeah, like Yoshi has he's a tenacious character. Like he does a couple things and a couple things very well. And that back throw doesn't quite do it. One of those things is survive, not only with the double jump armor, but also Yoshi's weight aplenty, but amazing spacing and just excellent movement trapping from Syrup there. With the double jump burned, there was no way for Myles to force their way through up air, so they had to respect that button and then turn it into just weaving around, controlling space, and finally committing after Myles had burned all of those resources, like jump gone, the empty hop forward into that backer. Super nice stuff from Syrup, showcasing that, yet again, Syrup is quite good at this video game.
Syrup is quite good at the thing he does, literally just setting up his home on ledge, setting up that tent with the yo-yo. There's almost nothing that Myles can really do, so he really has to command that neutral state. He's been doing a good job of finding this damage, assuming he gets in. He already has 59%, looking to get more, but Syrup already landing back down with an up tilt. And wow, nice use of that shield play there. Myles is looking to get some damage on while assuming he's still on the stage.
Yeah, I liked in general the fact that Myles has been converting a lot of his combos horizontal, like really trying to utilize the platforms, because at these percents, like Yoshi up air starts going from combo tool to kill move, and that's really good for a move that can just do it all, especially when you've got a giant fair like that, not able to convert off the platform. But this is looking so different from game 1 mode.
Again, another thing that Yoshi, like his huge forward air, right? Not his fastest aerial, but definitely one of the scariest, especially when you can get caught up immediately into an up tilt and an up air. Myles steals that first stock off of Syrup and looking a lot better than game 1 already.
Yeah, it's going to be tough in order to try and gain some ground here if you're Syrup. Like, closing out stocks on Yoshi kind of forces you to commit into weird spaces just as much as you can force Yoshi into awkward spacings. Finally taking that jump, the forward air hitboxes just strong enough to break the quote-unquote subtraction armor, as it is referred to as, of Yoshi double jump. And, hey, Yoshi, the yo-yo at ledge will catch that air dodge and close down stocks.
I'm loving oh my god. Going for a crazy call there. I'm loving Myles' usage of his aerials, like up air and F tilt, kind of like as a disjoint like a sword, right? That's what Ness really struggles with, those big disjoints to kind of get around. You really use those to get your combo started and keep Ness, like, stay away from me. Right? I don't want you to get in and drag me to the other side of the stage. I need to keep my combo game here so I can get already 117% and possibly close up the stock here, but nice rebuttal there with the back air. Syrup is still hanging on.
Rebuttal. That's a good word.
I love that word. It's such a good word.
Good words out of 10, and that's a pretty good back air,
too. That's a good egg.
Yeah, trying to find these eggs, using the double jump aggressively. Myles is setting up on leg. Oh my god, that trap is so dangerous, and Syrup is lucky that the timing was just off. Stuffed egg would have absolutely confirmed into a closing of the stock, but instead, Syrup's allowed to climb up some damage here. A couple rolls coming out that dash attack. He's facing backwards, so no up smash out of shield there instead.
Eggs. Barely avoiding those to get back onto the ledge. The forward air, oh my gosh. The way Yoshi's able to chase your air dodge so well, like all his aerials do everything. Nair if you're staying close, up air if you go above, and forward air if you just like to air dodge out to the right. Like, you literally have zero options sometimes. And Myles does a perfect job of showcasing that against a floaty character like Ness. This is what you have to do. You have to make this character, you have to remember Ness is a floaty character at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
And you got to keep him in the air as long as you can to get this insane damage up.
Oh, that was so nasty from Syrup.
That's gross.
The turnaround, the turnaround fly mag into the drag down up air. It wasn't a fly mag. The turnaround magnet into the drag down up air. Super nice stuff from Syrup in order to find that back throw, but he was on a lot of damage. Misinput. Shout out to Egg Roll.
Yes, we love Egg Roll. Most purposeful move in the game. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, looking for these back airs, but that's a solid forward air train. Able to double jump out of it, though. Myles swinging for the fences, but Syrup's on him like a hawk. Trying to find some sort of starter here, as little damage is going to rack up slowly.
There we go.
It's just a matter of finding that confirm. And while Yoshi up tilt doesn't have the scoop in front of it that you always would want, it makes up for it with a scoop behind him.
Oh, yeah.
And against a floaty character like Ness that likes to jump, as you were mentioning, Momo, like, that's going to be such a hassle to deal with whenever you think you have an opening and you just kind of don't.
I feel like thinking about Yoshi is just like so funny. I gotta feel like they were in the writer's room thinking this character, right? Like, okay, so forward tilt goes forward and sends them up. Let's make up tilt do the same thing, but the other side, right?
Yeah.
Nair hit the middle, up air hits up, back air hits back, forward air. It's just like, it's just such a it's such a simple character when you're talking about him, but like in play, if you have someone good behind the wheel and someone who's able to catch those reaction times, and Myles, obviously we saw that last game, it's like such a menace to deal with, right? Syrup's actually absolutely going to stay on his game, keep himself somewhat close to the ground, and avoid these insane tail shenanigans that he's throwing out every 3 seconds.
You know, simple but effective. Like, that's the name of the game for many characters in Ultimate that don't have a lot of the fantastical tools like some of Fighter's Best 2 or even some of just the base roster. But simple but effective is sometimes all you need. As there's the double jump armor gone, a quick 100 right off the bat from Syrup, not letting Myles get off to the same hot start as he did in Game 2 and set the tempo. This is all Syrup right now.
Oh yeah, Syrup using that PK Thunder to catch him out of the air, coming back down with the forward air too. Another huge PK Thunder. Myles have absolutely no options. Talking about this earlier, but the PK Thunder, man, is such a good move for catching aerial approaches. Syrup looking for the grab, instead finding the up air, and an insanely clean first stock coming out from Syrup.
Yeah, that's basically how you draw it up, right? Do a ton of damage, threaten until you threaten the back throw KO, and then catch a jump with your massive closing out stocks up air. Myles was going for an exact type of read there, though. Those types of forward airs are going to be massive if Myles gets a chance to use them, but Syrup has been playing low to the ground, utilizing... Sure, okay.
I mean, that works.
Yeah, I guess
that's not just an anti-air. Sure, man.
You know, why not? Sometimes Yoshi's got a big head.
Oh, that big head has to come in clutch here. He gets under coming in. Myles still able to get back onto the stage at 149. Syrup needs a single grab, or the drag on the up air. Not going to do it just yet. Syrup still doesn't make it back against Ledge. Against Yoshi, forward air coming out of the corner. Circles out anyway, but that back air still not going to do it. Oh my gosh, impeccable DI from Syrup.
Yeah, Syrup's playing super grounded and honestly been playing, just picking spots so well at these massive percents. Back air still not going to do it from center stage. The priority for Syrup right now is just to continually get back there, but with your opponent at 158, you're just looking for exactly what you were in stock 1. Threaten grab by standing on the ground, then a short hop up air to close out the stock.
That is so insane if you think about it, right? Syrup has those drag down fairs to get those grabs. So even if you think you're safe, even if you somehow have that double jump armor, you got to remember that insane damage from that up air, or just anything really, that forward air drag down to a grab. Syrup just absolutely has it all, and he's catching his air dodges like almost crazy. Myles still keeping himself in here, trying to find that nair. We'll find up tilt into up air again. Double up air.
Oh, going for the down air there to catch the air dodge. Still hunting.
No!
Misses the forward smash after got the good hit of drag down back
he still finds it.
Yeah,
that was a charity F smash right there. Syrup's like, I felt
honestly,
bad.
it's like I'm wondering what that PK rocket was for. Like, I get that it's a funny thing on a platforms, but Myles was off stage. Where are you going, boss?
Let's go for it again. Okay, that's a little bit more of a directional. Out of there. Myles coming back down there with the back air. Ooh, looking to start up a combo once again. Syrup finding that nair, getting Myles off the stage just as he needs to, using those arrows to threaten Yoshi. 170%. This is that kill percent. This is where you got to be careful. Stocks can absolutely evaporate to a back air at this point. Ooh.
These two are just moving hitboxes right now. They're just throwing out these big buttons, but thankfully for Myles, he got that little bit of a tail, and that frame 4 up air going to be huge for juggling to make this game effectively even. Yoshi's got a surprising KO
Oh my
power.
God!
Oh, but you get that forward air set up off stage. The double jump is scouted and called out, waiting for the sound cue to end before chasing down. 3 for 3 on up airs, Momo, as Syrup escapes that game and that set with a W, though Myles was literally right on his tail.
Oh my God. Both figuratively and literally on that tail. Myles' usage of those disjoints in that entire set, the threaten Syrup at every range, on the ground, in the air, must have been really scary for Syrup, right? He literally had, even in those 10 situations, Syrup able to catch those jumps so consistently, right? And I even saw him like adapting to the matchup in such weird ways, right? Like the one, he had the PK fire combo, and he knew the double jump bomber, the back air obviously wasn't going to KO. Right. So he comboed a back air into a nair. Like, who does this, bro? Who's thinking to do this against Yoshi?
That's what's always so impressive about Syrup. Not to continuously sing the praises of the New Jersey players, because we know they're based, we know they're good, we know they're like, we know that Syrup is one of the best in the world, if not the best Ness in the world. Mm-hmm. But what continuously keeps Syrup so fun to watch is his creativity. Like, he's willing to apply stuff like this. Like, turn around magnet into drag down up air. It's taking the same tool. It's taking these tools that Ness players know about and looking at them from a different lens. And if you change the axis of which you play, you can catch a lot of people off guard.
It's so funny because, like, on the surface, it's just like, okay, Ness's back throw is really strong.
Yes,
but he keeps jumping, so I can't get the grab. Yeah. So Syrup's just like, get down. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like, reverse magnet into drag down upper. Literally next level.
I mean, the benefits of Ness, right? Like, the fact that magnet is a hitbox, the fact that you're always threatening nair, the fact that, like, all of these buttons last so long or are so big or both.
Yeah.
You can effectively, as I said as a joke earlier, but Ness quite literally is a walking hitbox, a walking, flying, floating hitbox, and you have to respect all of that unless you have a sword. In which case, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Yoshi, like, we saw it was so close because, like, Yoshi kind of like, he has like a weird disjoint something whatever appendage. You know, like, he was making do. He used that F tilt really well. That back air used from Myles was absolutely insane, right? He kept it so close. That was such a nail biter. But Syrup, the way that he's able to catch those panic options from these players, it literally sets him apart so